Today we're making fresh spring rolls or summer rolls and I'm super excited. I've been wanting to make these for so long, so I went online and I bought these Vietnamese rice paper rolls. Cheers, Jeff. I'm sure you can get similar ones at a local Asian supermarket. These were about £3, which isn't too bad. I'll put a link for these down below. As it's now summer, it's starting to get pretty hot, so these are the perfect meal for a light and fresh dish. You can customize them however you like. Today I'm gonna make chicken and tofu ones. You could also make these with prawns, with beef, or with pork. To serve with these, you can make any dipping sauces that you like. I'm gonna be making a sweet and sour chili dipping sauce and also a peanut dipping sauce. Anyway, that's enough talking, let's get cooking. Let's start by prepping the chicken, so get your chicken into some tin foil and season that with Chinese spice, salt and pepper. Then wrap that up in the tin foil and whack it in the oven for around 20 to 25 minutes at 180 degrees fan assisted or until it's fully cooked. Whilst that's cooking, we're going to prep the tofu, and to get like a pulled shredded texture, we're going to grate the tofu. I'm just using half a block here. Then we're going to cook that in a pan with some oil until it's starting to go crispy. Once it's picked up some nice colour and it's starting to go crispy, we're going to marinate it with some soy sauce, sriracha, honey, sesame oil and some lime juice. The measurements will be in the description below. Mix that all up and then give it a taste and make sure it's to your liking. We want it to have a nice flavour but not too strong because we're also going to have a dipping sauce with it. At this point your chicken should be done and fully cooked, so we're going to take that out, and this is a little trick that I saw on TikTok. Get it into a bowl and we're going to shred it up with a whisk. It's really easy and it literally takes about 20 seconds to get perfectly shredded chicken. And then we're just going to season that with some teriyaki sauce. Again, don't use too much because we're going to add a dipping sauce. And for that kind of sweet and sour style sauce, we're going to use sugar, soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, crispy chili oil, sesame oil and some garlic. And trust me, it's so simple, but this one's a banger. Now for the peanut or satay style sauce, we're going to use a peanut butter that's a little bit runny. I'm using manilife here because it works really well and it's got a good flavour. And we're also using soy sauce, and to sweeten it I'm using agave syrup again because it's a little bit runny. You could also use honey or maple syrup, whatever you want. And then we're going to add in a touch of sriracha and sesame oil, as well as some lime juice, and then we're going to mix that up until it's fully combined and you get a lovely dipping peanut sauce. All of the ingredients will be in the description below for these. Now for the noodles, we're using vermicelli rice noodles. Try and get the thinnest ones you have available, and we're just going to cover those with boiling water and let that sit for around 10 minutes. Whilst the noodles are sitting fully covered, we're going to prep our vegetables. So I cut some peppers nice and thin, and then I cut carrots into matchsticks, and then I also cut some cucumber into longer strips and batons, but you can use whatever you want. So now your noodles should be done. Give them a little test and they should be nice and soft, so we're going to rinse them in cold water and drain them. Now everything's prepped, it's time to start rolling. So get your rice paper and we're going to fully submerge it in some water. My bowl isn't quite big enough, but I made do with spinning round, and you want to get it in the water for around 4 to 5 seconds, then place that onto a chopping board which you have slightly dampened with water to help it from sticking. Now get your fillings and put it at the bottom third of the rice paper roll. I went for lettuce, the noodles, carrots, cucumber and some shredded chicken for this one. Now this next bit is optional, but it's quite a nice touch to add in some herbs, so I went with some coriander, Thai basil and mint. Now it's time to roll it up. Almost treat it as if it's a small burrito, so slowly wrap the rice paper over the filling and try and keep that contained as much as possible, then loop over the sides and continue to roll until it's fully sealed. I probably filled this one a bit too much, but it still came out looking good. And here's me rolling up a tofu one. Again, I probably filled this up a little bit too much. It's a bit of a chunky boy, but again, it looks nice and it's going to taste great. Finally, get your dipping sauces into some nice small ramekins. I just garnished it with a bit of coriander and sesame seeds. And there we have some beautiful fresh spring rolls with some lovely dipping sauces, perfect for summer, nice and light and super fresh. So there we have the fresh summer rolls or spring rolls. I'm actually quite excited to try these. I've never made them before. These actually look pretty good for the first time of trying them. The rolling was okay. Could have been a little bit better, but they actually look quite nice. And once you've cooked everything, they're actually really easy. I'm gonna go for that sort of sweet sour dip. I think that'll work quite well with the tofu. Get a nice dip in there. That's so good. The sauce is really good, nice and light. It's got that sour element, which is really nice. Keeps it nice and fresh, but it's still sweet. Got a little bit of spice to it, bit of a kick. Yeah, that's really nice for the tofu. Right, so we're gonna try the chicken one next. I feel like the chicken would be better with the peanut sauce, so let's give that a go. Haven't actually tried this yet, so let's hope it's good. Yeah, that's really nice. Do you wanna try one of them?
Yeah, it's good as well.
Which one do you think you prefer? They're both quite different.
Oh, the tofu is actually very good with the sauce.
Yeah, I think the tofu might actually be the best. So yeah, obviously, both of these are quite different flavors, but if I had to pick what I think is the best, I'm actually quite surprised. I thought the chicken would be better, but the tofu is actually really good, especially with this sweet and sour sauce. That works so well. Yeah, I think the tofu wins for this one, which I really wasn't expecting, because I don't mind tofu, but it's not my favorite thing. But obviously when you flavor it with all of this, it works out really well. The tofu has a nice texture because we fried it off and then we let it sit in that marinade. It really picks up a lovely flavor. Adding on some of this sauce just to brighten it up. So good, so good. I'm happy those turned out well. Definitely try making those again. So the winner is the tofu with the sweet sour sauce. Well, there's not much left to say, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.